Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Anastasia. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. Sorry that I have some weird glare in my glasses, but I'm sat in front of my window. And I wanted to talk all things Kindle and reading and everything like that in this video. I recently got a Kindle, so I haven't had it for very long, but I just thought we would chat about books because I have definitely gotten back into my reading grind ever since I got my Kindle. So buckle in and get ready to give me some book recommendations because I'm always looking to add more books to my Kindle. So I haven't had my Kindle for very long. I got it in February for my birthday. Thank you to my boyfriend for buying me my Kindle and changing my reading game. I feel like last year I was heavy in a reading slump. Like, I just could not get into anything. I was really struggling to like find books, commit to books. I would start and then DNF, or I would start, not even DNF, I just would stop reading, and I was just like, I don't know, I just wasn't vibing with anything. To get myself back in my reading grind, I decided at the end of last year in December to commit to rereading my favorite series of all time, which is the Addicted Calloway Sister series. So I have all the paperbacks of that. So I started reading them, I think maybe like the very end of December, like that bit between Christmas and New Year's. So I started reading them then paperback and continued reading them in January, and then got my Kindle in February and read the last, I think, 3 on my Kindle because they're part of Kindle Unlimited. So I do have Kindle Unlimited. It is so good. I feel like definitely recommend Kindle Unlimited. I haven't quite figured out how I like to organize my Kindle, so if anybody has any like fun Kindle recommendations, do let me know. This is a cute little case that I got for my Kindle. I really like it. I just got it on Etsy. Sorry if you can hear my washing machine, I'm doing some laundry. Yeah, so I just got this case on Etsy, and it just like fully goes over the entire Kindle because I wanted to protect the screen, because I chuck this in my bag and I take it to work with me and I read on the commute and stuff. And that was another reason that I wanted a Kindle. I was lugging those big freaking Addicted books. They're super chunky. So taking them to work and only being able to read like 2 or 3 chapters on the train there and then 2 or 3 on the way back, I was just like, I am breaking my shoulders. This has definitely changed the game also. Like, hello, you can just fit a million books on here. It's just incredible. I don't have like a screensaver or anything. I have ads actually. This doesn't bother me that much. I'm not that fussed about it, to be honest. The case that flips onto the front that covers it, so it doesn't affect me in any way. I don't mind. So I haven't quite figured out like how I like to organize my books. I know that you can make like little folders and stuff and organize everything. I kind of just have everything loose, I guess. Obviously when you download books that are part of a series, they kind of just stack in your library, so I quite like that, and I like being able to like see all the books. I'd love to like have a folder or something where I could like put the books that I've read in there and then move TBR to like somewhere else. I don't really know how that works. Again, I'm not a whiz when it comes to the Kindle. I literally just download the books and then read them. You know, when I was reading the Addicted series, I decided to buy the very Addicted Christmas like collection of stories and stuff. So I had bought that. When you buy Kindle books, they just like sit on your Kindle. Once you've read them, you can't return them to Kindle Unlimited or whatever. So I would love a way to like return the book off the Kindle but be able to re-download it kind of thing, but I don't really know if that's possible. I think based on the fact that the Addicted and Calloway Sister series is my favorite series, you know the kind of book that I'm into. I love a rom-com, I love a romance, I love a found family vibe. That series is like the perfect combination of romance, because obviously you're like building up all of these characters' relationships, but then also the found family aspect I really like, and then they deal with other issues and stuff. There's just something about that world that I just love so much. I feel like the first time I read it, I was in the headspace to really just like absorb that, and it's just, I don't know, it's something that hits every single time. I've reread it twice and I loved it both times. I also use Notion to track all of the books that I have read. So I will let you know how many I've read since getting my Kindle in February. So I've read 18 books since getting my Kindle in February. So I feel like that's pretty good considering I've read, I think maybe 2 or 3 last year in its entirety. Definitely not as many as I have read. I think a couple years ago my book count for the year was like 136. Like I literally just didn't do anything but read. It was, I mean, amazing. I got through so many incredible books, and that was that year that I read the Addicted series for the first time, so I was really in it. But yeah, this year in total, I've read 24 books. So I'm feeling very good about that. I made a goal to read 20 books this year. So the fact that we're in June and I've already hit 24, I'm very, very proud of. That makes me very happy. So a few of the series that I've read on Kindle Unlimited have included the Windy City series by Liz Tom Ford. I actually just read Rewind It Back. That came out, I think, last week. And I read that on my Kindle in like 2 days. I was really, really excited for that one. I was really waiting for it and I really enjoyed it. So I've read the Windy City series. I read the Chestnut Springs series, which I really, really liked. And then I read the Rose Hill series. I really went on like a full Elsie Silver kick. So I downloaded loads of Elsie Silver. I've also downloaded the Gold Rush Ranch series, which I feel like maybe I just went to cowboy romance, like back to back to back, reading Chestnut Springs and then Rose Hill and then starting Gold Rush Ranch, because I read the first 7% of Off to the Races and I was like, I feel like this is about to put me in a slump, so I stopped reading. I do want to read them, but I need to get into them. I've heard people love this series. I also have downloaded the Rebel Blue Ranch series by Lila Sage. I absolutely love these book covers. I think they're so, so cute. So that is a series that I'm interested in reading. I have the Hardly Billionaires series by Shane Rose. I've not read those yet, but there's 4 books in that series, so I have downloaded those. And then I also have downloaded the Dream Harbor series, the first 2 in that series, but I'm gonna save those for the autumn time because I just feel like they're giving autumn. Some other ones that aren't really like that genre, I have Haunting Adeline, which I'm intrigued by. I'm like not 100% sure if I'll like it. I'm kind of like nervous to read that, but I do feel like people have been talking about it, so I'm like, maybe I will read it. And then I also have downloaded The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden and The Final Scene by Steph Nelson, which I don't actually remember why I downloaded that, because looking at the book cover, I don't really remember anything about that, but I must have seen someone talking about it in a TikTok or a YouTube video and deciding that I needed to download it, but I do not remember why. Another thing that I love about the Kindle is every month you get emails from Amazon for their 99p Kindle deals. I'm sure they have like a 99-cent version in North America and stuff, but we get the 99p Kindle deals. And I love looking on there and seeing, because I feel like sometimes they have like really good popular books on there. So I have, in the past few months of having my Kindle, I've started collecting the Boys of Tommen series. And so I have purchased Keeping 13, which is the 2nd book, and Taming 7, which is the 5th book. And I don't have anything in between that, but that's just because these 2 have been in the 99p Kindle deals, so I've bought them. I do have the first book paperback, so I could read the paperback version and then flip back to here, but I've just not like committed to it because I feel like the people that have read the Addicted series say that you'll really like the Boys of Tommen series, and I'm kind of nervous to like get sucked into a book series like that again. I don't know if I'm ready, but I also know that I need to just like get in there. Those are all of the books that I have so far on my Kindle. Let me know if you guys have any tips and tricks on how to organize your Kindle, or any series that you've read recently that you think I might like that I need to add to my Kindle. One of the things that's like a little bit annoying is the fact that you can't like have endless amounts of books borrowed from Kindle Unlimited. I think the max that you can have at a time is 20. Obviously, I'm not reading 20 books on the go, but there's something about like having them all on here that I really like, so that I can pick what I want to read in the moment, because I am a little bit of a mood reader. I do find that if I start a series, I commit to finishing the whole series, which is why I struggle so much with series that like are unfinished, which is a part of the reason why I haven't read ACOTAR yet. I like have been thinking about reading ACOTAR for eons, and I'm not sure I can bite the bullet yet. I'm just like, it's not done. So I don't know. I also want to read The Fourth Wing because my roommate is very obsessed with that whole series. So I feel like I need to read that so we can talk about it. But something about like a fantasy book really intimidates me. I'm just like, I don't think I'll be able to keep track of everybody and powers and names and what they can do, what they can't do, like all of it just is a bit, I don't know. I'm not sure. Also on my Kindle, I just kind of have the standard fonts. I think I changed the size of it a little bit, and I also turned off the setting that had lines underlined and it would say like 12,000 people highlighted this line. I just felt like that was getting a little bit distracting for me personally. I just like to read it. I don't highlight anything or annotate or anything like that. I'm just not that kind of reader. I think it's really cool when people do, because I love when people show their physical books with all the tabs and stuff. I feel like it almost prevents me from settling into the book almost and like really immersing myself fully. If I'm like reading a passage and I really like a part and I stop and highlight it and then write something about it, I need to just like be in the flow and keep reading. So I'm not a huge annotator, highlighter, or anything like that. So I turned that setting off. Again, like I'm not doing anything super crazy or fancy with my Kindle. I'm not making it super jazzy. I do love when people have like their cute little home screens and stuff and they're personalized. I think that's super, super cute. But I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, you have to select that book every single time before you lock it. And obviously, I mean, I have the one with ads, so that doesn't really do anything for me, but I love this case. I love my Kindle. I 100% recommend getting a Kindle if you're somebody who likes to read on the go. I think it's amazing. For years and years and years was very like anti-e-reader. I still love a physical book, and I hope to get to a place where I can read things on my Kindle, and once I have space to start collecting more books and create a little library, I can buy some of my favorites, just because I think it's so nice to be able to like walk into a room and have people look and be like, oh my gosh, wow, have you read all these books? And you're just like, yes, and more. I love the idea of having a little library in my home. I live in a flat right now and it has very limited storage, especially for books. So all of my books are stacked in 3 piles in the corner of my bedroom that are on the floor, and they're just like slowly making their way up the wall. So I'm not too sure how many more of them I could probably add to that collection before it all starts tumbling down. I'm just looking at it now being like, the fact that those have even stayed up is very impressive. Something else about the Kindle that is amazing that you don't get with a paperback is you can lay down, you can hold your Kindle up here, you can hold it over here, you can get one of those little attachments and put your hands under your blanket and just like click and have it flip the page. Like, I think that's great. My roommate has like a little arm that attaches to her bed, and she just like pops her Kindle in there and then sits with her hands under the blanket all cozy. I feel like that is going to be a game changer in the winter. So you might see me with one of those little clickers and a little arm for the Kindle on my bed. I just think it's great. I just cannot rave enough about my Kindle. I mean, it helps that I didn't buy it myself, so it's like a little free gift, but it's just one of the best things. And I think even if I didn't get one for my birthday, I would have bought one myself because I just think it's the best. Also, you can't see it because my case covers it, but I do have the raspberry Kindle, which I just love so, so much. Can't really tell when it's in the case, so I'm not sure the color so much matters, but if you like clear cases or something, and you could like add stickers to the back or something, but I really like this one. It's like this beautiful gradient cover, and yeah, I got this from Etsy. I'll link it in the description below if anybody wants to get the same one. And I also have it with the little strap on the back, so you can hold your Kindle like that while you're laying in bed. Let me know what you've been reading recently that you think I should jump on. I am always looking for book recommendations. Let me know if you have any tips on how to organize my Kindle, because obviously I need them. I have zero organization whatsoever on my Kindle. Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching and for joining me in chatting a little bit about my Kindle. I absolutely love it and can't wait to keep reading on it. That's everything for today's video. I hope you guys liked it. Sorry it was short and sweet, but I just really wanted to talk books. If you liked this video, you can subscribe to my channel. You can follow me on my other social medias. They'll be linked down below, and I will see you guys in my next video very, very soon. Bye.